notification. Probably refresh it. There it is. Is this what you want here?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. It's working.
Is this it? This is it?
Yeah, that's us. So you can,
Oh.
if you don't want to watch the video,
watch
just
that.
leave that there. We got it muted.
Okay.
Well, you can see chat there. Oh yeah, we got some chat action going.
You ready?
Yeah. I like my glasses.
I don't know where they are. Hey, look, there works. Okay.
Hey, everybody's there.
Right on.
Thomas Schmidt. Heck yeah. He is from upstate New York, somewhere. Starting brand new homestead. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Doing all kinds of stuff. Chickens and shipping containers and chickens and pigs and, you know. We have all our dogs in here.
Yeah, they're all inside. What do you want to talk about first? Can you hear us okay?
We got 3 people.
There are extras now. Okay. Oh, there's your sister.
Hi, Mike. Yeah, he's a new guy.
South of Rochester. Okay.
Okay.
Right on.
South of Rochester. All right, Thomas.
Good. Okay. Don't let me keep trying to read that one. That's not working. Okay.
That's good. Thanks, Mike. The sound is good.
What if I do? Okay.
All right. Hey, Mike, where are you from exactly? I know you're a pretty new subscriber to us. Hi, Lisa. That's my sister. Everybody.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Okay, so
Mike Steele, yeah.
PA.
You know how I was reminding you about the lag? There's about 10 or 15 seconds before we see the comment that he's typed. You know, he's almost answering us simultaneously as soon as we say it. But before it comes to us, it's kind of in that.
Gotcha.
It's interesting. Central PA.
Right on.
Here's old camp.
I don't know. We're gonna wait for him.
I think I'd like to wait for
Yeah, we're just kind of waiting and taking our time. I keep looking over here. I don't know where to look. What do I do with my hands?
That's funny, Billy Joe.
Okay, I'll sit here. All right.
Anyway.
No, that doesn't work. Okay.
All right, Thomas. Lisa, do you not want to admit him being your brother? Well, there has been times, actually. I'm sure that she... Yeah, well, we won't go there. I'm a much better person now. I'm actually a really good guy now. I'd like to say I appreciate all of you that are here right now. That's awesome. It's actually kind of a... We don't do very many live streams. This is our 3rd one. The very first one, I just winged it, man. And it was almost addicting in a way. Yeah, Lisa, we used to pick on each other as kids. We were horrible.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
At that age, yeah.
You know. Where was I? Yeah, thanking everybody. Yeah, this is our 3rd live stream. Less nervous. I think we're getting our equipment set up just a little bit better. We have
New setup, yeah?
for now, yeah,
I may
it's
not know
working
where
good.
to look, so, okay.
Probably still do, Thomas. Well, we live, shoot, it's got to be almost 1,400 miles away. But yeah, we harass each other a little bit, I think. We got so many things going on in the homestead. I haven't made a video in, I think, almost a week. And I actually tried to get one done before this live stream, but just technology sometimes doesn't agree with me, you know, and that's the YouTube content creator world sometimes. Sometimes farm machinery doesn't get along with me too, so that's the homesteading side and all.
There's
old camp.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, good old camp's here.
All right. Now we can start, right?
We know we need 2-seaters here.
We want 2-seaters? Well, you give him, what, like 6 minutes notice?
We need to get old camp to go message 2-seater because he's good with 2-seaters and tell them to come over.
I mean, you know.
Because you don't want to miss Storytime Saturday.
Right. Storytime Saturday, talking with the fence.
Yeah. See, we
did. Oh, he will too. Cool.
Wait for it. I call David. Yeah.
Yes. Call David.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Snowman is gone. Yes. I almost rebuilt him another day. It was like a storm 3 days later after he melted and went away.
He melted pretty quick. Da Vinci, right?
Da Vinci. He didn't call Dave. Hey, get over.
Get over here. Get over here. Oh, he's gonna too. Right on. Indeed.
So part of Storytime Saturdays is, I guess, letting everybody know just a little bit more. A little bit more of our background, a little bit more where we came from, things we've done, challenges, some funny, some sad, but it's part of what we would probably do sitting around an old cowboy bonfire, or, you know, way before televisions were around. What would we be doing? We'd be over at the neighbor's house, or Frank's house, or our sister's house, or our brother's house, and sitting there drinking a cup of coffee or a cup of tea.
Telling stories.
And telling stories.
Yeah, telling stories.
That's exactly what we'd be doing.
Talking over the fence, telling stories. Sitting down with your family and telling stories.
All right.
We got going on there. Mike says it was 94 degrees there the other day.
Oh, boy.
That's too hot for me already, okay?
Yeah, I talked to a friend in St. George, Utah earlier yesterday, and he said that they were ranging right around, I know it's like a different side of the country, but ranging right around 95 for the last week. And I don't think I could tolerate the temperature that soon, that hot, that early.
We're actually having spring this year, which freaked people out a little bit because they're not used to it.
It was 70 and beautiful today.
Yeah, it was. It was nice. It was a good day.
Yep. 70 and beautiful.
Well, that's all right. We don't have to start. We can start. We don't have to
Oh,
wait
yeah,
for anybody
absolutely.
else, right?
Yeah, David
Right
Darcy will watch later.
Okay.
That's cool.
Make a tumbleweed. I might end up with a tumbleweed Christmas tree. Wait for it.
There was a lot of tumbleweeds trapped up in the
fence over there.
in the cow fence up there.
Ran the whole thing.
Yeah, about a mile long. Trapped tumbleweeds. That'd be some good footage for you guys. I gotta do some.
Spring was 3 days. Poor Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, spring was 3 days, Mike.
That's too bad.
I think we had a couple stretches that were, hey, spring is here. No,
No.
wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. So I might actually get a whole 2 weeks out of this time. That'd be awesome.
I think we're out of the frost by now.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe I'll make a tumbleweed snowman old camp.
Right on. Right on. Actually, I found a tumbleweed once. It tumbled up onto a deck. I didn't ever figure out how it got there. It was ginormous. It was huge.
I'm not affiliated with PepsiCo products.
Big
but
tumbleweed.
They have a major influence in how I make my videos and how I produce things during the day.
It was a big old tumbleweed. And it was right around Christmas time, and we were setting up for Christmas, so I was going to make it a tumbleweed Christmas tree. But it escaped. It got off the deck before I got around to making it one. It was great, though. It was awesome. It's huge.
Hey, we got 6 people here.
Oh, right on. For Storytime Saturday on this Friday night.
Yeah.
Because they got to work on Saturday.
And actually, for my folks that are subscribed in Guam and Australia and that part of the country,
right.
It actually is Saturday.
It is Saturday.
So, shout out to you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Maybe I'm sitting here enjoying a beverage with you guys enjoying your morning coffee.
What? How do you want to do this?
How do you want to do this?
How do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? We talked about Storytime Saturday. When did we decide that we were going to do that? What brought it up?
I said that during the last live stream, I think.
Yep, it came out in the last live stream. But then in the last couple days, it seemed like a good idea.
All
we got
right.
buffering.
It's you,
Okay.
Mike. Must be.
Okay. All right. You know, it is Friday, Lisa. It's okay. Yeah.
It is Friday.
I don't know ever what day it is, so it doesn't really matter. I gotta work Saturday. I know that.
So we couldn't do a live stream Storytime Saturday on
Right on.
Saturday, of course.
But we were talking about stories or something the other day,
Yeah.
and then decided it was a good idea. We better figure out how to do it.
Yeah. That's right. I wish we would get a steady shot of rain sometimes, Mike.
Yep.
We get thunderstorms and stuff, and sometimes they'll produce 6 inches of rain. But I wish we would get more of a steady rainfall, or I guess not so sporadic and dry out so quick. I think that's one of the challenges of our location geographically is water, you know. Being able to feed your babies enough, whether they're animals or vegetables or stuff like that.
That was our biggest struggle last year.
Yeah.
You guys be proud of him. He's building the greenhouse. I've seen it. You'll all see it later, but yeah. Happy
Mrs.
Friday.
Old Camp.
Mrs.
All
Old
right.
Camp. Hi. Excellent.
I miss
All
Old
right,
Camp.
Yeah.
Don't sit on buckets that Rick has laying around to have water on them. Okay?
Yeah.
That's so funny you did that. And I think you may have actually got mad at Rick.
Yeah, to come
That was
in.
great.
Yep. Right on. So Storytime Saturday.
Yep,
Because we
Storytime
tell
Saturday.
stories. We tell stories over the fence with our neighbors.
Yep. So, just another little bit of our life, basically.
Yeah.
Before the YouTube. You know, I'll give a preamble. My YouTube kind of started. I wanted to be a woodworker. You know, I was a woodworker, but I wanted to be able to make some build videos and stuff. And I think I only have like 3 woodworking related videos, and the rest of it is kind of took another direction. But one of the things we didn't see happening were relationships and community and friendships, entire friendships that have formed. And I think those people know exactly who they are, and it's amazing. I wish every single one of my subscribers I could interact this way with, you know, both of us sharing information and watching what others are doing and their little slice of life and enjoying those things with them, telling stories together, basically.
Yeah. And a lot of what the stories we tell each other in YouTube in particular, like, this is how we're doing this.
Right.
This is the way that we're getting this done. You know, this is the idea that we had. This is the, yeah, here's my story. This is how this working.
That's
And
why
this
Old
is
Camp
how
has
this
it.
isn't working. You know?
That's why Old Camp has a sign.
Yeah.
Don't do this like
yeah.
me.
Right.
I'm not
This is
an
just how we're
expert.
doing it. This is our story.
So, yeah, I like being able to share, putting stuff together that I wouldn't have maybe been afforded the opportunity to do before. And it's great. We have ideas and just more stuff that we want to try due to channels that we watch and our subscribers. It's so neat. One thing real quick I wanted to mention, Pete at Cheap
yeah.
Homesteading made a fantastic little video, a little shout out to Hope This Works, our homestead, and absolutely brightened our hearts. It was the greatest day. Yeah, it was so hard to describe the actual feeling. He described us
Very
almost to a
sweetly.
T.
Yeah, it was
and
nice though.
sweet and
Yeah.
just genuine. When our live stream's over, I'll put a link in the description if you wanna. You can find that video. Maybe you guys are subscribed too, but that's what it's all about. It's so neat that somebody would. I know nothing. Yeah. Go out of their way to say those things on a video about you, and
It was nice to hear. I mean, we even commented. He didn't know what to say to him. He didn't know quite how to react first. And we talked about it because it's not often that you hear some person giving testimonial to you, that's lovely, to, you know, who you are. A good feedback, positive feedback doesn't happen near as often as I think it should naturally in the world. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that we don't talk nice to each other and say nice things to each other, but
we always do.
You know, and there's some positive feedback out there in the world, but it seems like an unusual circumstance to hear it.
Yes.
It was amazing. It was nice.
Old Camp watched it.
Old Camp watched it.
Great
Yeah.
video.
Miss Old Camp. I love my seedling tree too. It was a good score. Yeah. And you know what, Old Camp, we're not experts about it either. We're just
No way.
figuring this out as we go. A lot of it, yeah.
And actually, Old Camp, shout out to you, man. I am so happy that I can have my morning coffee on so many
Chit-chat
mornings.
with Old Camp.
Chit-chat with an old crusty buzzard like you. And you're not that much older than I am. And so it's such
You're gonna make him mad.
it's a good thing. Need more positivity.
Right on,
You bet.
yeah. Lisa, your sister, we need more positivity. It's true.
Sure.
When I think about stories, I mean, there's so much magic in stories because it's communication. It's a way of communicating with people. And it's
Morning routine.
It is morning routine. It's got power in it because it's communication.
Right.
It's, you know, relating to your neighbors and your community, you know, your family members, whoever's around you at any point, you know, relating your lives to one another. And there are going to be similarities and there are going to be differences. And it's easier to understand people when you have some sense of their story, you know.
Exactly. So that's somewhat where it started with Storytime. Well, we didn't. At this point, we were talking a couple days ago about Storytime Saturday again, and thought it would be great to introduce that. So,
Yeah.
what story do we want to tell?
There's Nathan.
Oh, there's Nathan. All
All
right.
right.
Hello, brother. Glad you could join. Make sure you
Mama
go back.
Schmidt wants you to call him too. Is that what that means?
You can call me anytime.
Call me anytime. Yeah.
Right on, Thomas. Maybe I should do my live streams in the morning for crusty old buzzards that sit around and drink coffee half the morning and don't get their work done.
Then you won't get any work done.
Sure is.
Yeah, it is fun to talk to people who are, you know, kind of doing the same stuff.
So we were going to tell a story about kind of before YouTube.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do that. We talked about when to start. When to start the story.
When to start the story. I guess the story started here at this crooked trailer that I saw sitting on the ground one day.
That's this story. Yeah.
That was about 2 years ago.
It's gotta be a little. Is it longer than that?
Oh yeah. It'll be coming up on 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we coming up on 3 years, we came across this trailer nobody had a care to. Camper that sat next to it, nobody had a care to. They owned the property, there's a payment on it, so nobody's really attached to it. And he says, yeah, you can start there. started with kitchen spoons. The thing was sitting on the frame rails, dirt piled up next to one side, and it was out of level by shoot probably a foot from side to side, and it's like a 10 by 50 trailer. Literally no kitchen.
Oh, it was
No
interesting.
electric.
It was interesting. The electrical panel that he took out of that kitchen was one of those ones with the circle knobbies. And it was underneath the sink, underneath the leaky window. I thought that was fabulous. I'm like, wow. Wow. It was something.
Yeah.
It
Layers
was
and
not
layers.
inhabitable right away. But we cleaned it up. And he jacked it up started with spoons to get some dirt out. There were days I'd go over there and their little heads would be under the trailer. I'd be like,
She's talking about her boy also.
yeah.
Was with us, and yeah, oh boy, it was kitchen spoons, a short little hydraulic bottle jack, and as many 1-inch pavers as we could slide under that section of the frame rail, and we kept working our way around until we could get the whole trailer up off the ground about 2 feet, and that was a long project, and at one point it shifted on us. Cody and I were both out from underneath it, but we were right at the edge of the siding. And we just both heard something ka-thump, and one of the blocks kicked out, and the trailer shifted to the side, and it moved about 8 inches. And it scared us so bad, we left that project for about a week until we came back again.
Yep.
Figured out with what we had, you know, the resources that were left here basically.
Yeah.
Got it safely jacked up, secured, braced, and we're good to go now. And then the project of adding on. We needed a kitchen, needed plumbing, needed electric, needed power brought into the property.
Had to use power tools to do stuff, you know. So yeah, I needed the electric, and the kitchen had to come before we could move out here.
You know,
That was just the way it was.
and it was getting cold. Well, colder. It was late fall. Projects that I had planned on doing that were required to be done didn't get done as probably I'd planned. Had a lot of frozen water. A lot of frozen water in the wintertime.
Yeah, we moved in here in the middle of November.
Yep.
By Thanksgiving. It was
Heating only was
frustrating.
electric.
Yeah. Electric space heaters was our only heat. Yep. It's cold.
Breeze blowing through the windows. I think we got that fixed this year.
Yeah, we
For
did
the
much
most
better
part.
this year, yeah.
You know, we did
Yeah.
much better. Hey, you're just listening to us talk to it, Joe.
Either that or they went away. Are they still
No,
there?
I see 6 up on the screen. Actually, we're doing great. That's awesome. I'm happy about this.
You know what? One of the other reasons that I wanted to do this one. Can I talk about that?
Talk about anything you
Anything
want.
I want? Right. He's listening. Okay.
I know you're listening.
Okay. Yeah. How do I even? There's a way.
I saw that squirrel.
Squirrel. No, there's no squirrel. I'm just trying to figure out. I could tell you, but they don't know all this stuff. I've been as Billy Joe life coach, Billy Joe writer, Billy Joe doing her thing. I've been faced with, I need to figure out how to do live things to get me across to potential life coach clients and things like that. And I talk to him about this all the time. And a Facebook Live is a good way for me to do that. I write a lot, but I don't orate often. And I don't want to come across as managerial or teachy necessarily, or too fast, or you know when you're learning how to give a speech. That's basically what I'm doing here, is practicing, because I was thinking about it. I've worn so many hats over my lifetime that I'm not 100% sure what my verbal voice is. I know my voice when I'm writing. I can write that way, but when it comes out of my mouth, it sounds different to me. So this is just an exercise in that. I know where you're going. No?
No, I'm letting the dog out.
Just letting the dog out?
Shut the door.
I thought he might have been going to have a cigarette. Okay. Oh, you got your glare?
Oh,
So this is good practice for me. What I realized the other day was that my true voice comes out, at least the closest I can get to it, when I'm having a conversation with him. Or I'm sitting and having just a regular, normal, everyday conversation. Lots of voices. Wow.
You bet.
You know, yeah. Yeah, you know, I can get downright mean sometimes if you push me. I'm trying not to be that. But, you know, I don't want to come across as no-edy, or if I don't impart information, helpful information to people.
Absolutely.
And so this is kind of practice for that, because I know my voice is in when I'm talking to him and talking, you know, to just my friends over the fence and stuff, so. All in his head. Oh, I don't think old Camp's nuts. Oh.
They love seeing you on video. You had your Sprout video.
Right.
That was an awesome video. You
None
had,
of those experts, right? I'm no expert, yeah.
You know, old Camp, side note, before we tell the rest of our story.
Side note on old Camp.
I want to ask, side note, in a public venue, which is this right here, and where there's witnesses, can I make a sign? Can I make my own
Can
sign?
you make a sign? You
I mean, it doesn't have to be a
one.
disclaimer sign. It can't, or an apology sign. It can be something different. But I'm just wondering, can I make my own sign? Yes, of course.
Okay, good deal.
All right, okay.
I didn't steal it from him. He just borrowed it.
All right.
And a shovel the box made me.
Well, Mrs. Oldcamp told me to make a sign,
You
too.
know, you probably need some signs. Yeah, watch for falling objects.
Right.
Hard hats here.
Wore my hard hat the other day. And I banged my head on the darn motorcycle part that I had hanging from the rafters,
Oh,
right?
did you? Yeah, that's
And I
what
lost
was.
that video clip because my camera stopped because I had too much
That's
stuff
right.
on it. So I need to sometimes do some file maintenance, and I have yet too many video clips on my phone, and I don't produce them. Put them somewhere.
Oh, there's the box.
Billy Joe made me make her a box.
I thought boxes might be a good idea. Boxes are kind of cool.
That's organized.
This one is lovely.
Yes, got to
Something to be
organize file
organization,
management. Yes.
So this is my box. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But it's nice. It's a nice box. You know, he's talking about making other boxes. A friend of mine, they're talking about, did you say really a 7-sided box?
Yeah, I want to make a
A
7-sided.
7-sided box. Locking boxes. I think they're fabulous.
Yeah. Box looks nice.
Box is nice. Yeah, it's a nice box. It's nice. It's a start. I mean, he thought about it. I mean, it's smooth as glass. It's pretty. It's shiny. I don't know if you can tell that. It looks good, you know. And that lid just fits so nice and snug. Cute little box, like a treasure box or something. And I do encourage him quite often to explore his artistic, creative, on top of his craftsman,
I actually,
mad scientist.
I really enjoy that part too. Maybe taking some table legs that have a nice curve to them and turning them into a different project, kind of bringing life back into something else, and then that helps tap into my creative side and my artsy side and things like that. And I enjoy that process.
Can you etch on the boxes? A
You
name
betcha.
Or saying, or hearts and flowers.
You betcha, I sure can.
I can't wait to see him do it.
Should I blow the surprise?
What surprise? Well, I don't know.
Maybe it's a surprise to you too.
Oh, it could be. That happens. What we did today? Oh,
Yeah.
that one. Oh.
Well,
I think, wait, before you do that, before you blow the surprise, let's focus on our task at hand here. We started to do
Oh, yeah, our
Storytime
story.
Saturday,
sometimes it'll be quick
which
stories.
is layers.
Sometimes
of
they'll be
you
short
know,
stories.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll get sidetracked a little bit.
Hey, squirrels. Yeah. you know, we thought of Storytime Saturday, this one, with a little bit of history, a little bit of where we came from. Not all of it, but a little bit of it. To get, y'all did tag videos.
Yeah, those are fun.
Okay.
I like those.
And people, you asked a question, and you didn't, he didn't go very deep into why. And
Right.
you can tell it, or you can tell a story about it.
Right.
And there's kind of a difference in they can see it different.
Yeah.
You know, you talked about why you garden and why you're homesteading and stuff like that, but you didn't tell any stories.
Right.
You know.
So that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So that's part of the Storytime Saturday is, just expanding on some of those answers, some of those things.
Who we are and who are you,
Yep.
and yeah,
So that winter was real cold, electric heat, lots of blankets, lots huddled up. Springtime broke. Tried some gardening.
Tried a little bit of gardening the first spring. That was the one. I think I set them outside and I got hailed on. It was over with. That was it. That's all I had.
Hey, there's Wrenches and Boards.
Wrenches.
There's Jeremy from Wrenches and Boards.
Welcome in.
How are you doing, Jeremy? How are you?
He can't hear you ask.
I know. It's silly, isn't it? Why would I do that? I'm still putting the emoticon
You're
in.
cracking me up. It's funny. No, it's weird. The setup. I want to look over here because I'm watching comments, but I'm not making eye contact, and it's so weird. But okay. Well, not that your eyeballs are really there, but and I keep looking at him, but he's interesting.
Yep.
Wrenches must know old camp too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a family tree at some point here. He'll start talking about, and he does talk about you guys. Start talking about you guys and go, oh, you know the one. I'm like, oh,
Hester
the one with the
sometimes.
one with the pigs, the one with that is doing the what you call the thing, help me.
I can't remember. I talk about so much stuff.
I know,
Joe.
right? Okay, so
I'm always going.
is
Well, anyway.
Okay.
I say Wrenches and Boards, and sometimes oh, okay, that's Jeremy. That's right. He just bought a new house, right?
Motivation Friday.
Yes, Motivation
Yes.
Friday.
Okay, I got that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on. And half
Hey, you
crazy
made
old
it.
Christian
He's a
redneck
new
veterans here. Oh, you told me about him just the other day.
Yep.
Right on.
All right.
Right on.
How are you?
Boy.
Up in, let me guess, Idaho,
You.
maybe, in the mountains, Pacific Northwest somewhere, I think.
Maybe.
I've seen a couple of his videos. It's been a busy, super busy week.
Yeah.
I really try and catch up on. Okay, well.
Oregon. Right on.
Yep, that's cool.
Okay.
I try and catch up on everybody's videos, and it's so hard sometimes.
Right. It is. I don't know. I don't watch nearly as many YouTube videos as he does. I don't have time. I don't have time.
Thank you.
But,
Thank you.
Oh, right on. Well, yeah, he's paying attention to you guys too.
I got the brain the size of a watermelon. It just depends on what kind of watermelon you're thinking about. It could be this big, or it could be the ones we grew last year.
So the first year garden didn't take off. That's
Right.
where we were there. Yeah.
That
And,
fall, we had a lot of stuff to get ready for the winter.
And
We
work
put
to
in,
do. Yeah.
Yep.
Cleaning up still
Yep.
from stuff that was just here. Was a lot of it.
Lots of piles of
Yep.
stuff outside, and he hopes his memory works. Yeah, actually, Thomas, there are some times I'm just. What was I just thinking about?
I know, right? What's it gonna
Oops.
say? Yeah. Yep.
So we put in a wood stove that winter.
Yep.
Pretty much gathered our own wood. Didn't pay for any. It was still a pretty cold winter. But then last winter we did it really, really good.
Much better. Yeah.
What's your temp there? It just hit 70. It was the highest 70 today,
It's
and
beautiful.
it was just perfect.
It was lovely.
Hardly any wind, so we enjoyed it. Sure, I can't tell me.
Not yet.
Come on,
Not yet. What is?
OFD. I think I know what that might mean, old camp.
Oh.
Hang on. I don't think it says I think disorder is on the end. That's what I think. And I think O is for old.
That does happen. Happens to us. It does indeed. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we added a lot of insulation that winter.
we sure did.
And built systems up.
We sure
We
did.
are always making tiny little investments, either with our time, our energy, our focus, or our finances. Tiny little investments. You know, worms is the best $28 I will have ever
Yes.
spent when it gets to the point where our worms are successful.
Yeah, all right,
'Cause they
old camp.
double, you know, yeah.
Old fun disease. That's
Old
awesome.
fun disease. Hey, that sounds like fun.
Right, some of
Wait a minute, she says your sister, she is older than you. Do not talk. Your sister. So you're old too? Yeah, sorry, Lisa.
No.
Yes.
we talk sometimes, and we like I have that hypothetical. When do you actually consider yourself? Is it when you consider yourself old, or when somebody labels you as old? I don't really feel old.
You don't?
Well, physically, sometimes I feel really, really old. But you know, really,
I'm older.
sure, by just a pinch.
I mean, than I used to be.
I was older than I was yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, Nathan.
No.
Worms, definitely. Best $28 you
Best
ever spent.
$28 and they're easy. Oh, it's
Yes,
easy. Get
so
some.
easy. Good kid project. It really is. It's a good
It is.
kind of science project in a way.
Different ways to do things.
Don't come because you're going to have thousands of
It's a
them.
lot of names.
And they all look the same.
They all look the same. They pretty much do. Yeah. But worms are easy. They really, really were easy. I was impressed. It was one of those things. You should do that, and so we did.
Okay, here. Yeah.
No. Worms are easy. You know, they will tell you there's a way to do things. You have to do it this way. You have to go out and buy all this new stuff, and you have to know everything to know about what it is you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh yes. When we listened to
That's
classic
exactly
rock,
what I was
and it was some of
listening-
his
would
high
be-
school days,
what-
right?
That's not classic rock. That's what I listen to. Adult contemporary classics from the old Fart radio station. Well, I know some of those too because
Yeah.
actually we have two stereos, one in the house and then one out in the wood shop. And usually it's on the oldies
Thomas
stand,
Schmidt.
the actual oldies channel, where they'll play some, old Fleetwood Mac and Jackson 5
Oldies.
and some
Oldies.
and, Aretha and stuff like that. And then they'll throw in like some new, well, I would say new, but like newish, like when I was 18 or 19. That's just 30
What is
years
he saying
ago.
about music? I love music. You might be the baby in the room. My next level up will be level 48.
Buddy Holland, all right.
Right on. Yeah, when I was young, Sunday mornings used to have this radio station that played 3 hours of oldies, and it was oldies then.
Yeah,
Yeah. They don't play that anymore. I can't
Beach
find
Boys
that anywhere.
and-
Yeah,
Temps and the Tops and
Yep.
all that stuff. I
Yep.
grew up with that.
absolutely. Oh, you're definitely not the baby. No. Okay.
Okay.
Nathan's talking about worms. All right, right on.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know, Kevin's
Yes.
a fisherman, and yeah, they're awesome for bait.
The birds.
Absolutely. I've, grabbed a clump out of my. We have actually never shown them this. Some
No.
out us on this. I got a wild hair one day and decided to throw some oats in the worm bucket, the worm bin, and we sprouted oats just like I sprouted in the trays that I was growing them in.
Old Camp must feel old today.
Old Camp must.
He must have done too much work, and he feels super.
153. You're not that old, Old Camp.
I know how old Old Camp is.
I liked Elvis too. See?
I should do an Elvis voice in one of my
I
videos.
think you could do Elvis. Okay, we know that his Steve Irwin is marginal, but I am still encouraging that because I think if you got a little more Steve Irwin and maybe some Crocodile Dundee. He could just form his own Australian character, which would be fun. He can't do Samuel L., so I don't let him do that. He can't do Quentin Tarantino, but
Nathan's telling his experience level.
oh,
Catching on.
37 level, right on.
All right.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting.
46.
What's up?
I think I'm 46.
I believe that you turned 47 in November, didn't you? It's too
Help
many
me,
to keep
Lisa.
track of. How old is he, Lisa?
I want a shout out, like on the Regis Philbin game show, that one. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's my shout out. Ask my sister.
Shout out to your sister.
How old am I?
She'll know.
She'll know. I forgot what day it is today when we went on our adventures.
I never know. I work shift work. I never know what day it is.
46. There you go.
You are 46.
I'll be 47 in November.
Gosh, I'm old. Okay. All right. Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
because I'll be 48. All right. Okay. Gonna level up. Right on. So, yeah, we squirreled with music. Where were we, though?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, worms. Nathan, yeah.
Nathan said something about worms.
Definitely. It's so easy. You can put them in whatever they work in that you have around if you want to.
A much shallow Rubbermaid tub. There's a million
Absolutely.
videos out there.
Yeah, he built the outside one, but
They're going back. Our population that's inside right now is going to go back outside in that bin, in the greenhouse. But I'm also going to build.
there's Growing Grass Hobby Farms.
Oh, all right.
Louisiana. South
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
All right.
Because I'm reading it. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't see it. Thanks. That's awesome. Growing Grass Hobby Farms, hello from South Louisiana. Right on. Thank you
Wife
so
isn't
much.
interested in the worms. Like, they're in a
Okay.
bucket. It's okay.
Yeah, once you get your population set up, just feed them. It's
Yeah.
easy.
They're easy.
Mine are going into a large bin out in the
Top it,
greenhouse,
tight.
but then I'm actually going to build kind of a bed. Obviously, there's going to be a video on that going into the playlist there, but kind of a manure feeding bed, composting bed for the worms. And I also have my bathtub project too, which is, stick around, it's kind of creative, but it's another composting-ish. We're going to see if this works. Holy moly!
Woody.
We got 12 people here.
Wow.
I hit. That's
Oh, okay, so now we get
awesome.
Doc Z.
Doc
Come in.
Z
says,
is-
what are you guys talking about?
We are in the middle of
Storytime
Storytime
Saturday on a Friday. Yes, we know it's Friday.
for our folks in Australia and Guam.
That's right.
It's Saturday there.
Because I gotta work Saturday. Storytime Saturday.
We were at the trailer.
Yeah, we were doing it. Well, we got to. I don't know.
This winter was really good.
Yep,
and
yep.
we got a head start.
With the, tiny little investments. That's where I went to. Yeah,
tiny little
just to make tiny little improvements all the time, and they add up. They add up a lot.
And I think relating to worm population, the same kind of way. Start out with 500 or 1,000 worms. And then in a 3-month period of time with proper feeding and Pilates and exercise,
Crazy worm later, right on.
those are optional.
Have to check that
You'll
out.
have 2,000. And then they just keep doubling. So you just keep feeding them, keep increasing their space, keep going. And it's a tiny little investment. I'm going to have worms coming out of my ears for fishing.
Not
so
literally.
that's just good news for me.
But lots of worms.
That means I can go fishing. But
Yes.
they break down compost.
And they make this fabulous worm stuff.
Chickens love them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to tell them I took a clump out of that. That's where I was going.
Okay, this is awesome.
Check out some comments from.
Yeah, I should read the comments.
Oh, let's see what we got here.
All my ducks.
Mike's wife doesn't want to do worms. Okay. We're just working on a topic again, Doc Z. all the ducks got all the worms and the snails, and oh, right on. Ducks are cool.
Yeah.
I rather like the idea of geese just wanting to move in with me. It could happen. There's
Thomas.
some out here.
Shouting out, saying everybody hit the
like button.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
on, Thomas.
Thank
you
you,
having
Thomas.
fun? Right on. Okay. And we're gonna have to check out Crazy Worm,
Okay.
because that sounds good.
Yeah, good tip,
Continual
Jeremy.
improvements, and I'm not interested in Pilates. I'm more interested in yoga.
Yes,
Old yoga with the
continual
oldies, even. But yeah, good layers. Love the eggs, and layers
eggs.
are in my future. Right on. Right on.
So, tiny little investments can be chickens.
Chickens, it's coming.
Starting your seeds,
One wall at a time in that greenhouse.
build one wall at a time in the greenhouse. Tiny little investments. And I think in life, I don't know, sometimes tend to get down on ourselves because we didn't do enough.
There have been times like that, yeah.
There's a lot of big projects. You just can't. You got to keep chipping away. Just keep going. Because I only have to build that greenhouse once.
Right.
I can put all kinds of additions on the greenhouse,
Upgrades.
but I only have to build the greenhouse once, right? Hey, Farm All Fanatic.
Hey.
That's awesome.
I think we're having a good time. We're just kind of rapping.
Kind of rapping.
Yeah. So, yes, I did feed. Who was it that asked me? It might have been. Who was that asked me if I had ever fed the chickens any worms? And well, we grow the sprouts in the worm bin, mostly to feed the worms. But yeah, I have chucked a couple of clumps out to the chickens, the roosters that we have, to
Oh, she wants in.
I'll get her.
Okay.
To see if they liked them. They thought they were fabulous.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was awesome. Hi.
So, yeah,
Come on.
worms are good.
Come
They
inside.
talk about raising mealworms for something. We're kind of researching black soldier flies. I don't know if any of y'all have some experience with those guys. But as you know, we have, well, maybe you don't know. I don't know. We have a composting toilet. So I'm going to do a couple videos on that and actually kind of explain the system and how it works and what are the benefits and all that. That's basically another composting system. Perfectly legal in most states, I'm sure. A great off-grid situation or option to septics or city sewer, stuff like that.
It's possible, yeah. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Right on.
I like it.
Yeah.
Farm
It reminds
off
me,
fanatic.
I'm going to go back to the Storytime Saturday again.
Yeah.
Sometimes it reminds me of like back in the day, there used to be neighborhood parties and stuff like that.
Oh,
You
sure.
lived in a neighborhood, but I don't think neighborhoods exist like they used to. So, maybe in some neighborhoods, but
Maybe so.
in the neighborhood we're creating, we're going to have a block party once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, registers and boards. All right, Jeremy. Get back to work. Do your chores.
Thank
You got a
you.
brand new house. You want to go work in your wood shop and all that. And you take care, Jeremy. Thank you for coming by.
Now you said the first thing you were going to do was do all the stuff that you needed to do when you got live. All the shout outs or anything you wanted to. Did you get all that
I
done?
think pretty
okay.
much.
All right, just checking.
Wanted to say cheap homesteading. Anybody that joined us late, watch the begin. Go back when this is published for regular viewing. Put in my all uploads playlist, but it'll probably be recent uploads, so you can go check it out. Dustin Dean, yes. Really?
Dustin Dean, huh? Do you know who that is?
Yeah, he's another homesteader. Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah?
Somewhere-ish like that, I think.
So, like Old Camp says, don't do like we do. Just how
Yeah.
we do it, yeah. When we did the research on it, I did look at the website for whatever that.
Utah. Dustin Bean's in Utah.
Okay, whatever that department is there.
Sure.
Department.
Environmental quality.
Yes,
Or no,
okay.
yeah.
Well, they're related to DEQ, yeah. But
Yeah.
I checked, you know, and
it's
see
in
with the
planning and
small
zoning.
print, yeah. It says, you know, that you got to do this, you got to do this. But in the small print, it says you can do this. Like, this is okay to do. It states specifically it's legal to have a temporary, which means not built into the structure,
That's our hound dog.
composting toilet. You can go outside now. Yeah, go on.
He's a
Gravy.
rescue dog, actually.
Bo.
I don't know if he's shown up in any videos. I'll get a picture of Old Bones. That's what we call him.
Old dog.
Kind of a funny story behind that. They made a little video of Old Bones. But he's a rescue. Wandering across the prairie one day. Showed up. And he was skin and bones.
I'm going to go get some water.
Oh,
I'll be back.
all right.
Tell a story.
Tell a story. Well, I'll finish up the...
Moving into the house?
Basically,
Or one of those.
There was a lot of use what you got, not what you ain't type deal. We had some resources here with the trailer house and camper, and you know we had owned some other stuff, and we just started putting it together. So there's a lot of things I'm going to share with you guys in the construction and how I did it. It's a super fun doing it. I didn't enjoy making my first video at all. I thought everybody's gonna laugh at me.
You did.
And yeah, Old Camp, you don't have a neighborhood, do you? Can you throw a rock to your neighbor, Old Camp? Is he that far away? So that's kind of Storytime Saturday. I'm just gonna continue to add some colorful clips of what we've done and share who we are. I love doing YouTube now. I love the relationships we formed. I love the information. It just feeds my brain, and we don't have cable TV, so I always get to watch Old Camp's videos and just get a good old laugh.
Coming, ladies. Go outside.
Mike, yeah.
What was that about?
Neighborhoods.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, we were going through a neighborhood today. And
It's almost time to tell the secret.
I don't know if I can tell a secret.
Why not? One of the neat things about hanging out with your neighbors, and it's like this, is your dogs aren't going to fight with each other.
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about kids getting into scraps, you know. Just hang out. Move, little dog.
Oh, Elf Lord's Journey is here. Yeah, pretty much, I want to have you go to the beginning, Elf Lords, when we're all done with this. You pretty much missed Storytime Saturday, and the reason why we're doing that. But we're just kind of chit-chatting now. We're talking, I guess, latest we're talking about the neighborhoods. We were growing up as kids and some music and stuff like that. And kind of giving some tidbits of Billy Joe and Kevin and what we do, and Nora, our animal right there. How are the tumbleweeds growing? Actually, the tumbleweeds are not growing. This is in their molting stage, I think. I guess you'd maybe say that. Thomas Schmidt. You're going to the feed mill. 1,200 pounds of feed for the pigs and chickens. Ooh-wee. We coincidentally got feed today too.
Oh yeah.
But we only got 3 bags, so that's 150 pounds. So that is a lot of feed.
So do you want to tell them what we did today?
So Elf Lords is asking, I was wondering why it's called Saturday on Friday.
Because I gotta work on Saturday.
Because she has to work on
That's
Saturday.
right. That's
And
why.
it's Saturday in Guam and Australia, and I have a couple subscribers there. We'd like to do it on Saturdays, though.
It's called the Storytime Saturday. It doesn't have to be on Saturdays.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be on Saturdays either.
That's right. Storytime Saturday can happen anytime. This is the Friday version.
Friday version.
Yeah.
The dogs. Their dogs are barking at dogs.
Up the street. Or
Wow.
down there.
Way down there.
Way down there.
Anyway, I'm glad you joined us, Elf Lords. You still have. That's all right. That's cool.
We're just under an hour, yeah.
Pretty happy with that. We're shooting for about an hour or so.
Yep.
Starting your weekend early, Mike.
Nice.
I started my weekend early too, actually. I haven't worked the last 2 days, day work, so
He's building a greenhouse.
now I have Saturday and Sunday to keep on working.
Yeah, you can watch the replay on Saturday.
Yes, absolutely. It's a perfect
It'll be
idea,
story time on
Thomas.
Saturday then, yeah.
What else did you want to say? We had some pretty good bullets.
We did. We could do this again. I definitely do this again.
Maybe my greenhouse, our greenhouse. Oh, breakout
Oh,
secret.
Break, he wants to know now.
Yeah,
you
'cause
told
I
him he
wouldn't-
was going to make a video. He
'cause-
tried to make a video.
I wouldn't tell old camp and message
Yeah.
you what it
He was
was.
going to make a quickie out of it.
It was for dinner. Dog Z can smell dinner. We're actually
How do you
doing
smell
pork
that?
roast.
Yeah, there's pork roast in the crock pot.
Probably the same way DT smells cookies.
DT's Batman.
DT's not Batman.
DT might be Batman. I think DT's Batman. Now we're
Wait
out.
till DT sees me.
I think DT's Batman. Sorry.
We
The
actually-
battery's dying. At any rate, it did say low battery.
Did it really?
It did. Chicken enchiladas sound good too. Yum.
All right, chicken enchiladas. Now we have a pork roast.
Yep.
What's the secret?
Oh yeah, what we did today, I got up early on my day off.
She got up early on her day
I
off.
was out of the house before I was even supposed to be out of bed.
I know it.
He said I was a trooper. Where'd we go? What'd we do?
Well, it was community cleanup day at our largest small town that's close to us. We have two small towns that are about 10 miles apart. Well, 10 miles one direction for the one small town, 10 miles the other direction for the other small town. Meatballs, brown gravy, and mashed potatoes.
Come on.
Mike Steele, all right.
We had pizza last night, Nathan.
We did have pizza last night, huh?
Yep.
Good. And so we went to community cleanup day,
Community cleanup day, yeah.
where everything basically gets set out by the road. There's it goes around, happens all over the nation, I'm sure. And I was out basically looking for anything with electric motors, gasoline engines. I like gasoline engines. It really makes me happy.
Yes, he does.
And just, you know, some steel or some wood or stuff like that, something usable. And we came home with 2 truckloads, so we made 2 trips.
More power. Oh,
Oh,
that's where I said low battery.
Go, Lisa.
Yeah. Fried squirrel. No, camp, you're funny.
Old Camp's not eating fried squirrel.
He said fried squirrel.
There's no squirrels in Arizona, Old Camp. Maybe you should start feeding. You could supplement your diet with those big old jackrabbits, Old Camp.
So, at any rate, we went around. The high school kids go around and they pick up the stuff that people leave on the side,
Yep.
on the curb, and it goes to the dump. Well, we thought we'd get some of that stuff that could be reused, repurposed,
Sure.
rebuilt, whatever, and keep it out of the local landfill because it's filling up.
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
community problem.
Absolutely.
There, but
But you know, he went looking for whatever is
Alright.
useful. He likes the motors and stuff. It's any air conditioners or heaters, not anything that looked like it even close to had something we wanted to it. But we found some cool stuff.
oh yeah, we got some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Never been to Eastern Wyoming. Have been to the Tetons lots of times. Just the other side of the state.
Yep.
Right after us, Sturgis, South Dakota.
That's right.
If you ever want to
Another
go
way.
to Sturgis Rally, that's 70 miles from us.
Yeah.
We actually lived there for a period of time.
We
I
did
lived
live
there
in
for
Sturgis.
a while. Worked there. She worked there. That's Storytime Saturday there.
That's another story. Yep.
That's a good one.
A little more prequel.
Any AC or heaters?
Oh, didn't find any.
No. Found some stuff with motors, Doc Z. Found some stuff with engines on it. That's going to help me out. Some decorative stuff for in front of the greenhouse, I think.
Oh, that bench. I'm excited
Yep, I
about
love
the
that
bench. Yeah. And the chairs. I'm excited about the chairs. They're these metal frame chairs that probably the seat stuff came apart or whatever
Yep.
in the weather, and they chucked them all out. I'm excited about the aquarium.
Yes, of the aquarium.
Yeah.
It's not a real big one. It's probably 20 gallons, maybe. She had the idea, let's do a terrarium of some sort. So, I know very little to nothing about terrariums. But I said, well, why not? Let's try and do something like that. So, if you guys have seen some videos, have done it, shoot a comment when this is done, or we can chat about it right now, and I'll make a note to go to a certain place. Yeah, we want to do a terrarium. So that would be fun.
Yeah, Mike, we live in a throwaway society.
Yes.
He says, yes, we definitely do. And there were things out there that we've found things from people often that they just didn't, it was inconvenient for them to have to dispose of it. You know, rather than put it on Craigslist or sell it or something, it was just easier for it to just go away. Part of our problem with the local landfill filling up is that it's just convenient. People will pay to have it just disappear rather than deal with it, recycle it, repurpose it, things like that. So.
Yeah, and the end of Mike's comment too, fix till you can't anymore and then
Yep.
make something else out of it.
Yeah.
That is exactly
Yeah.
what I try to do.
Yep.
Everything has a resource. You can extract a resource out of an otherwise unusable material
Yep.
or product or machine. There's things there that I end up. I should have a sign. I am not a hoarder sign or something. But a lot of my stuff comes in that way because I've salvaged something, and that helps me build this project that I may have not been thinking about.
Yeah, Lisa, he talks about how he gets this from y'all's dad.
Yeah,
The dad was like that. Yep.
that's what Dad would do too.
Yep. You know, there's bicycle parts. There were so many bicycles today, we didn't have enough room for all of them. Yeah, I see that. But
Thank you so much for the
yeah.
comment, Elf Lord's Journey. I love making those cutting boards.
They're neat cutting boards.
Rolling Homestead and Wild Edibles in Wisconsin, she was one on live stream talking with two-seater about back to Eden gardening, and that's
okay,
where that
which we've
idea
been
came.
checking that out, yeah.
Yeah.
Put a turtle in it. I'm not crazy about turtles. I like things that are fluffy.
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 No.
Yeah, yeah.
I have this thing with bicycles, Mike.
You know, you can
I don't know
take
why
them
I
and
keep
put 'em-
saving
put 'em
bicycles,
together
but
and
There's
do
gears,
something good with them.
gears and sprockets and chains, and wheels and bearings, and that's pretty much why I say bicycles. And actually, Billy Joe had a good idea. I scored another bicycle today. He says, let's kind of rebuild a couple bicycles and give them back, you know. So that's a good idea to get back to wherever, you know.
And chains are cool. Yeah, gears and stuff. He's smart. He knows how to work this stuff. Yeah. So what was your favorite parts that you got today? You got some good stuff.
Chains are cool.
Chains are cool. Biocam.
Biocam. Dinner must be.
Everybody starving?
Yeah.
Oh, bio Florence. See you later.
Oh.
Yep, dinner bell.
See you, Florence.
Was the dinner bell, yep.
I thought Ocam just said bye to us.
Oh, okay.
Ocam just leave it.
Bye from Ocam, yeah. I gotta pay more attention to the comments. Lord Almighty, yeah.
That's awesome, Ocam.
Oh. Backing up. Yeah, it seems like an old-fashioned kind of a concept, though. You know, to take things that are in semi-disrepair and either fix it or make something else out of it, or, you know, yeah, most of the stuff you build these days, there's no use.
Sure.
You know.
I got a couple push mowers that, when I look at a push mower, and I've been looking at stuff with engines since I was just a tiny little boy. When you look at a push mower, if there's a broken cable or something very obvious, that's usually why it was parked and why it got thrown away. One of these particular mowers has a rusted cable that's sticking out, and that's most likely why it got put away. So it probably runs fine. So an oil change, spark plug, tune up, shine it. Poof. I may be able to just sell something like that for $30, you know, on my local marketplace or whatever.
Possibly, yeah.
Which is reuse, repurpose. It doesn't go to landfill. It gives us a couple dollars cash money, and it's a skill that I learned. And that's the interesting part of salvage, and kind of wondering what it's going to turn into, or why am I salvaging that particular item until I can collect these other items and then finally build this thing, right? But that's what I love doing. And we're creating systems on the homestead that have to work together. So, another one of those series, work harder, or not work harder, not smarter. The opposite of that,
Work smarter, not harder. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Camp, that's right. You do have
Right
a
on.
boneyard. You had to go get that roll of fence yesterday.
Mike tinkers too. Yep. I think and you know, I don't think it's just young people though. I think it's any people that just don't have a mind to do it. You know, they're too busy. It's not convenient.
Maybe so.
You know, what'd you get today? Talk about that. What'd you get?
Stuff people are throwing away.
What was your favorite
It
part?
was a shame.
You might as well spill it.
Well, the non-highlight of my day was to leave this mower that was in this dumpster.
Oh, it was sad. It was way
left
down there.
to die. Had 4 wheels on it. They held air. Had a good-looking Briggs & Stratton 16
Riding
horse.
mower.
A riding mower.
Yeah.
Not the greatest. It's probably only just a cheaper brand, but had a good power plant in it. There was no way Billy Joe and I were going to lift the thing out of the dumpster.
Not happening.
So I took the front wheel. So, and it's the same size tire that I need for my little Murray mower that I scored on my last picking job.
So you gotta, yeah.
So that's one of my scores. A couple lawnmowers, some bed frame. Metal bed frames are awesome on the homestead, even though you may not need another metal frame, but it can be used as a frame for something else. You can make good brackets. It's good angle iron.
Yeah.
Always save metal bed frames if I can come across them.
Oh, I remember. He got real excited.
Just order a new one, have it delivered. Yeah.
He saw
House
something.
aside.
He's pull over. What is it? Plant cups. Plant cups.
Oh,
Plant
yeah.
cups. I'm like, okay, yay. What do you got over here?
All the
Stacks of.
plastic potted plant
Yeah.
cups.
Ooh.
All the, your $20
Score.
perennials and your $5 perennials. And, man, there must be 100 cups. And I think I was more excited about those cups because I'm building this greenhouse and I'm putting racks in it and I'm running out of my little Pepsi cups and I just don't know where to put stuff. So that was the score of the century
That was a
today.
good one. You're pretty excited about one of their.
Oh, yeah.
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 But first, tell Lisa. Yeah. Do you have a good source for horseshoes? He has a bucket of horseshoes so far that will only last for so long, but there's got to be more horseshoes out there somewhere.
Always looking for more
Absolutely,
horseshoes.
yeah. So, all right, what was your favorite thing you got?
Here's a perfect opportunity. Any one of my subscribers that has some horseshoes, if they ship me like 6
Horseshoes
horseshoes,
are heavy.
I will make them something
So, three for
out
the
of those
same.
6 horseshoes and some woodwork and stuff, and I'll send it back to you.
Who likes making stuff with horseshoes?
Yeah.
Right on. Do
So-
that. So, what was your favorite thing you got?
I got a Craftsman rear tine rototiller. Drives with got your little egg tires on there. Something is wrong with the transmission, but I am going to tear it apart because it runs good,
Fix it.
and I'm going to fix it. So,
And that's exciting.
and that's very exciting. That was in a pile, going to the metal recycler and be crushed forever.
Oh, Camp got horseshoes. Oh, yeah. Well,
I think Old Camp wants me to make him something then.
He might.
I'll probably make something for Old Camp.
He might.
I'd be happy to do that.
Right on.
You would think in Wyoming there'd be horseshoes coming out of our ears.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, it's like horse country, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't think they use them anymore.
they have stopped using them. Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Old-fashioned, over-the-door horseshoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we scored a bucket
Wooden
full.
boat. I'd love to make a wooden boat. There's a Storytime Saturday for wooden boats. Oh, Doc Z's telling me how to go find horseshoes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably...
Maybe in a lot. It's possible.
Actually, it's
Yeah.
probably a good idea.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Find all kinds of good things if you're looking. We are now at almost an hour and 15.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sure.
Our pot roast is going to come out. We got to check
Yeah,
our pot
right.
roast in
Yeah.
about 15.
Yep.
See, ever since Old Camp's been a subscriber,
Yeah.
he's wanted me to put a Suzuki motor
He
on
wants you to
something.
put a Suzuki motor. I'm not 100% convinced that he should put a motor on everything.
Old Camp has seen a picture of my little scooter that is going to be a future project that I have not yet revealed on YouTube land.
Okay. Old Camp wants to keep you around, so I'm not too worried.
Old
Right.
Camp encourages me to wear my helmet.
Yes, indeed. Good. Should. Strap it on. Bye, Lisa.
See you, Lisa. Thank you for coming by. I'll send you the steel.
You make the horseshoes. Put the motor on. Yeah, he can put it on tools. That's great. Tools don't have wheels. That's fabulous.
Take care, Lisa. That's nice. Nathan. Actually, I do, Doc. I have a project that is in the works right now with a most likely Chinese or Japanese made 2-stroke motor that's approximately 100 cc's. We could dub that motor the Suzuki and,
Call it whatever you want to call it. All right.
you know, but that project should be pretty soon, actually. I make a sign for it, Suzuki. Make horseshoes. Actually, I want to start firing up my forge and make it more of a foundry. It's not going to take a lot of time. I probably do it in the afternoon. But I really need to start melting some more aluminum cans. I have more parts that I want to cast, and I've got a lot of aluminum cans collected so far. But I want to Thomas. It's something I've not done yet. You probably will smell good.
Oh, right on. It's almost time for dinner.
So, tumbleweed trapping. I'm going to start talking about what we got coming up.
There you go.
I have a video coming pretty soon of me trapping these aggressive tumbleweeds. I'm sure I will do some creative voiceover, and Billy Joe will help me with some scripting of my words.
Oh, it's hilarious.
And yeah, Mike's a smith.
Oh, yeah?
He bangs on steel.
All right on.
Yep. Oh, halfway done. All right. So tumbleweed trapping. Then we're gonna take all the names that we're gonna have in the comments of the video of my drone build, and we're going to draw names. My guess right now, there's like 15 people that want to be tumbleweed racers. So somehow we're going to narrow that down to maybe half or something, or some workable number, and do a round robin tumbleweed race down our freshly mowed driveway. And we'll have our tumbleweeds trapped and tamed and labeled with colorful ribbon or something.
It'll be fun.
It should be.
Have to wait for a good windy day.
Yeah, we can't really plan that, but it does get windy on the
It's
prairie
coming.
in Wyoming, so
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of something fun to do. I'm glad people started responding to that. It's pretty neat, I guess.
Oh, Dave showed up.
Oh, Dave showed up. Where's Dave at?
I don't know.
I don't see coming.
It says Dave is here now. Let's see.
How does he know Dave's here?
Well, I don't know.
Never mind, I'm road flaming.
Oh, he's coming.
Oh, okay.
Give him a sec. He just missed all the good stuff, though.
Missed all the good stuff.
He missed all the good stuff.
It's kind of what happened on Two Seater's last live stream. My phone was buffering like the son of a gun.
Came in late, yeah.
And I heard him talking about, oh, where's hope this works? And then it went buffering again. So I couldn't even get back in the stream. Sometimes the clouds are just at a perfect position or an imperfect position where our cell service just goes away.
Yes,
And we usually have a really good 4G. We do everything on our phones. I got a hotspot that I fire up on the phone. And that's how I upload videos from the computer and get on the internet there. But oh, Dave had computer problems.
Oh, well.
I'm supposed to make peanut butter cookies for Dave and Darcy one of these days. You know that, Billy Joe, right?
Yeah, but not on Storytime Saturday.
Yeah, probably not on Storytime Saturday.
I'd be another one.
But Dave and I think it was the live stream before last, we were talking, and Dave and Darcy want peanut butter cookies.
Peanut butter cookies are awesome.
Yeah. I put my pumpkins, I took them out of the Little Cups old camp. They were about a foot tall or so, and I put them in my drywall boxes. Put a lot more dirt in there, of course, but I put 2 plants in each box. That'll serve pretty good until they can actually go in the ground where I need to till, which is why I need to fix the tiller. So I can till, so I can get my pumpkin plants. But they've been living outside the last 2 nights. And they're just doing fantastic. All right. How are your pumpkins doing? These are my tomato plants. These are the better boys. I've got 3 generations of peas going right now. Or not 3 generations, 3 different startings of peas. Old Camp has his pumpkins in the inner sanctuary of the greenhouse in a secret spot.
Oh, secret spots. Nice.
It's going to show up on videos sometime, Old Camp. We're going to know where your pumpkins are.
Okay. Old Camp's good at keeping secrets.
Oh, really?
Well,
Dave must be still having some computer issues.
okay, we're glad you're here anyway, Dave.
We are super glad you're here, Dave.
Yeah.
You missed all the good stuff. You're going to have to rewatch it.
It's a secret spot.
Don't tell him your secret, Old Camp.
He's good at keeping secrets.
Hello, Mr. Dave. Yeah. How's the pot roast doing?
Hey, it's coming along nicely. It is. Smells
good.
good. Not quite, but it smells good.
We'll be finishing up the greenhouse probably within the week. The main structure will be done. I can move stuff out and start planting the other areas. Probably not a lot of the finishing touches will be done in the greenhouse yet. I have a lot of grocery store style racking that we've salvaged. I think that's we're just gonna kind of let it evolve. I'll keep making videos of it. There's no two greenhouses alike.
Right. It's nice so far. It's not going to fall down.
I'm making my own air compressor. That's a project. I want to get back in the wood shop. I want to make some more boxes.
Gotta make more boxes.
It's kind of the wrong time of the year. It's planting and growing vegetables and on the hunt for water and you name it.
Old Camp's thinking pond.
Yes. Old Camp was thinking pond a couple weeks ago,
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's mentioned it, but... Oh, there's two
I
cedars.
was wondering.
I got it now.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Right.
They do that on two cedars last year.
Oh, did they? Okay. All
Can
right.
you hear me now? Hey, two cedars,
Look
did you
who's
bring
here.
Mandel with you? I can't see Mandel.
No. Look who's here, oh boy.
Yep. Gotta wait for two cedars. Well, thank you.
Yes, that's nice.
It's very nice, two cedars. Thank you.
It was a good day. Did you tell all the stories you wanted to tell in the first round of Storytime Saturday?
Pretty much.
Really?
Just kind of tidbits of
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
when we refer to the crooked trailer.
This is it.
That's our home.
Yep.
And we
Because it was laying on the ground. It was, yeah.
have to go back and watch two cedars. Missed kind of Storytime Saturday, but just to kind of fill in, we just wanted to add little bits and pieces of where
Peel
we
off
were
layers.
before YouTube
Yeah.
land, and maybe some in the middle YouTube pieces of the stuff you didn't see. That'd be fun sometimes.
Yeah. No Mandel tonight.
No Mandel tonight.
Right.
You ever figure out how to mail pigs to me, Dave?
Pig seeds.